Hello, hi. Um, I've just uploaded a video not long ago explaining where I've been for 2 years, if you were interested. Um, and I am going to do my next go-to spell 2 years after I'd intended doing it. So this is my other go-to spell. If you've seen my Lost and Found spell, which has been very, very popular, so thank you to everyone who has viewed it and commented and everything. It really does mean the world to me, and I'm so pleased that it's working so well for people. This is my other go-to spell. It's so simple. I like simple spells. I like things that don't take a great amount of preparation or a great amount of paraphernalia and everything like that. I like things to be grab and go almost, where it's something you can do in amongst the rest of your day. You're not going to have to lock yourself away in an isolated place with kind of loads of different bits and pieces to perform it. I like that kind of basic, easy, I need to do something and I need to do it now, and I don't have to do loads of preparation and shopping and everything to do it. I like that kind of witchcraft. I like the other kind as well, but my go-to stuff, it tends to be the slightly easier. Oh, that makes me sound really lazy, doesn't it? I don't mean it from that perspective. What I mean is, if something happens and I need to do something, I can do this really quickly. I don't have to order things online or go to a shop. I don't have to wait for a moon phase. I don't have to do anything else other than have some ribbon. I have lots of bits of ribbon. I'm using a thicker ribbon than I would normally use for this spell, purely so that it shows up better on screen. Normally I would use much thinner ribbon. One of the things that I find really useful is, when ladies, you get your tops and they have like a thing on them to hang them up with. It kind of is in the inside of your top. Cut the ribbon off, it's often ribbon, and pop it in a little box. That's generally about the right length and the right width and everything. So I've got boxes full of ribbons. I am using red ribbon. The reason I'm using red ribbon is because I come from a traditional Irish kind of handed down practice, a hereditary practice, and red is the colour that we always use for everything really. It brings auspicious results. It's good for, it's an all-round colour. I am going to do a video on correspondences as well. That's on my list of things to do, about correspondences and things like that. So if you know about correspondences, then you can use a different coloured ribbon linking in with the intention of what your spell is. However, if you don't have the right colour or don't have a lot of variety of colour, red is definitely the go-to. I use red a lot for spell work. As I say, it is the colour within my heritage and my kind of family tradition. Red was the colour that we would use for a lot of things, to bring kind of fortuitous results, for protection, for healing, for it's an all-rounder really, is the colour red. You'll find in a lot of traditions, so in kind of feng shui, in Chinese stuff, red's also a colour for kind of auspiciousness and for gain and things like that. And also in hoodoo, red is a popular colour to use. So I would generally, unless it's something really specific and I've got the colour for it, I would go to red. So for this spell, it's a knot spell, K-N-O-T, knot, not as in tying a knot. And this is one that I have used for 25 plus years. I teach this in my beginner's guide to solitary witchcraft classes. It's always very popular. It's a nice and easy one for a beginner, but it's a good one for anyone to use really, because you can literally just pick a ribbon and go ahead with your spell. So what are you going to do? You're going to have a ribbon about 9 inches or thereabouts in length. And as I say, if you take the ribbon from the inside, they're generally about the right length. We are going to first off focus on your intention. You're going to kind of be mindfully aware of what it is you want the outcome to be. So are you casting a spell for protection? Is it for healing? Is it for abundance? Is it for kind of a job interview? Or is it for a house move? Or whatever your intention, you're going to program this into the spell. So you would sit for a few moments, visualizing the intention and the end result of the spell, and kind of send that energy into the ribbon. So I'm going to do this one for good health, because that's a good all-round one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on good health. I'm going to sit with this for just a moment. You can spend as long as you want when you're doing this yourself. Spend as much time as you need thinking about the end result, visualizing it, making the picture within your mind as clear as you can possibly get it, so that it is kind of, you can see the attained result. So you're visualizing the end result, you are picturing it, you are creating that as a scenario in your mind and seeing it as if it has happened, as if the spell was successful. So for me, I would just visualize, good health, being healthy, being strong, being kind of out of pain or out of having enough energy, all that type of stuff. I'm going to visualize into my ribbon. And I'm doing this quick because obviously you don't want to just sit and watch me while I've got my eyes shut visualizing. Then we're going to start at one end of the ribbon, and you're going to say these words and do these actions, keeping that at the front of your mind, what your intention is. So, by knot of 1, the spell has begun. And tie your first knot. Then you're going to go to the other end of your ribbon. By knot of 2, it cometh true. And then you've got your second knot. You're then going to go back to where the first knot was, a little bit further along. By knot of 3, so shall it be. With your third knot. And again, swap to the other end of the ribbon. By knot of 4, 'tis strengthened more. And to the other end. By knot of 5, the spell's alive. With our 5th knot. By knot of 6, this spell we fix. And don't forget you're swapping ends every time. By knot of 7, the stars in heaven. They sometimes start to go on top of each other. By knot of 8, the hands of fate. As you get further in, it's harder to get them where they are not going on top of each other, which is no problem if they do. By knot of 9, this thing is mine. And then you end up with a ribbon with knots in. Yeah, as you can see, some of my knots have gone on top of each other, but that's not an issue. That's mainly because it's a thick ribbon. And as I say, I would normally use quite a thin ribbon. And you can tie this. Then what I would tend to do, I would then loop that onto my bra strap and tie that on there so that it stays near me. It's hard to see your own bra strap as you're doing this. I would attach that on there so that the spell then is near me, and that's there, out of the way. And that keeps the intention close to me, that keeps the spell and the energy of the spell close to me, to kind of and hidden away as well. You can put it in your pocket. I mean, you can't see that. You can't see that I've got something attached to my strap. You can keep it in your pocket, you can keep it in your purse, you keep it under your pillow, but keep it close by so that it can do its job. If you then kind of, once you attain the thing that you want to attain, you can dispose of the ribbon. You could dispose of it naturally by burying it in the earth, or you could burn it and then scatter the ashes. You can do whatever you want with it, but you can't reuse the ribbon. So you wouldn't like unknot it and use it for something else because you've used it for that intention. So therefore it's now a used ribbon and you can't reuse it. If you're like for me, I did that for good health. There's no real reason for me to ever get rid of that if I don't want to. I can pop that, say, into my handbag or under my pillow or something like that and just kind of keep it near me because that's what I've done the intention for, so that it would be for ongoing health. If you were doing something that was like, say, protection, again, you would keep that with you. But if you were doing something that was protection for a journey, so once you've done that journey, then you don't need that anymore. So that spell has served its purpose. The ribbon, the knot spell has served its purpose. Same if you were going for a job interview. Once you've done that, or once you've got the job, then you don't need to keep hold of the residue of that spell because it has served its purpose at that point. I do hope that makes sense. If there's any questions or anything like that, pop me a comment below. I'm going to type up the text as well of what I said, of the chant that I said, and pop that in the box on here so that you've got access to the wording as well, rather than just trying to pick up what I'm saying from listening to the video. And I will then be posting some more stuff hopefully very soon. And thank you all for watching. Bye.